Shalom, shalom, family. Welcome to the backyard. So today we're gonna shoot a video over here in the garden section of the yard. In the video today, we're gonna get some grapes in the ground. I didn't had them for a couple years. I probably should have put them in the ground. However, I'm gonna put them in the ground today and see how we turn out. We got two different types of grapes. Got some garden beds going on, things growing up. But today we're gonna focus on these grapes. What I did so far was I got them in these 5-gallon buckets. Been in there for a little while. I bought these from Tractor Supply. These some Concord grapes, and also I believe those are some Reliance grapes. So we got some. So what I got going on now is this landscaping fabric that I put down to try to prevent all the weeds from growing up in between my walkways and my garden beds. And so far, it's been doing pretty good. We got a couple little corners. We got the goat pen. It's a little tricky area there between the goat pen and actually getting that secured. So the problem with that is, well, not necessarily a problem, but what we're gonna have to do today, which I already did on the one grape, is we're gonna cut a plus sign or X in the actual material of the landscaping fabric, and we're gonna dig a 5-gallon bucket size hole and plant our grapes directly in the ground. I've already did one here. It looked pretty good. I got the landscaping fabric pulled back with some landscaping spikes just to keep it in place while I dig the hole. So I did that off camera. I'm gonna show the other one on camera and where it's gonna go. So I'm gonna set up, and hopefully I can set it up so we can actually see what's going on and go from there. Turn the camera around so you can see what's going on. I can see, all right. Cool. I got it marked with a brick, so I got my land. My grapes are gonna be 8 feet apart, and the vines is gonna be about 4 feet on either side. And we're gonna get started with it. First thing first, got a knife. We're gonna cut a hole in the landscaping fabric. See it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it good or not. So I'll make a plus sign here. And then another X here. Alright. Come on, man. Here you go. So now what we're finna do is pull it back, tack it down, get our hole dug. Move this out the way. Leave it for now. This is what I'm gonna use. It's just some stakes to hold landscaping fabric down and a little mallet. go. Yeah, a little helper here. Sometimes help is needed, sometimes it's not. So now we're gonna get this hole dug right quick. Use a regular shovel and go from there. To dig your hole, you want it to be slightly bigger than what you're gonna plant. Help with the roots to expand, grow, to soften up your dirt, the soil around it. Help with the roots establishing themselves. I'm gonna try to dig this without putting my back to the camera. Shouldn't take long. Got decent soil. It helps when there ain't no roots in the ground too, but sometimes we can't tell. Back. Sometimes roots don't be too big of a problem. Sometimes they stop your whole process from going on. You just don't know until you start it. Sometimes you can just chop them out and break them with the shovel. Get them right out without too much effort. So, how I've been doing mine recently is, with my trees, I kind of mound them up a little bit. So, as the soil, say this is the soil level, I mount my trees up just a little bit above that, and that helps prevent from water from just soaking on top of my roots and eventually suffocating my tree out or causing any other problems. I planted fruit trees around the front of the house, and they've been doing pretty good that way. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm gonna do this the same way. The same way I did my other grape right here. So I get this hole dug out good enough, we're gonna test fit it with a whole 5-gallon bucket. And if the bucket fit pretty good, know everything inside fit. It's going in one way or the other, so we gotta get there. Should have showed the other one, because this one actually got some roots in it. We gotta get past. But it is what it is. Keep on pushing. Good to go. Some decent sized roots. Nothing too crazy though. Chop it off. We're gonna go from there. There's some old landscaping fabric that I tried to use with wood chips, and the problem with the wood chips was they looked really, really good, but in the springtime, when everything is pollinating and seeding, it will seed on top of the wood chips. So you either gotta go back and kind of like till it off to some degree, or you gotta go back and add a new fresh batch of wood chips on top to keep everything looking nice without a bunch of weeds growing up. To not continue to go through all of that, that's why I selected to do with landscaping fabric. So, let you see the hole I dug so far. Hope y'all can see that. I don't know if it show pretty good or not, but that's that. I do it this way. Got the hole dug pretty good. Like I got it peel back and tie it down so I can dig my hole. So next I'll take my grapevine and I'm gonna test fit it in the hole. Whether you know, you got a good fit from the sides of it, but we don't want to leave that much out of the ground. That's about 4 inches. That's a little bit too much. Just maybe about 2 inches or so above the ground. So we're gonna dig a little bit more, and then we should be good to go. So if I get all this dug out, what I'm gonna do is backfill it with the regular soil that it's gonna be in, and I got some cow manure compost, probably add as well, and then come back and fertilize it in and give it a good jump start. Help with the root development. It just broke dormancy today, about March 23rd, by the second day of spring officially. But of course, we know that the new year coming up here soon, depending on what calendar you follow. The new year should be coming up at the end of the month, next Sabbath day or Saturday. A little bit more, and then kind of fluff up the bottom so it ain't real hard. Help with the roots going in, and should be good. Let's try that out. See what we got. Perfect. Once I take it out of the bucket, it's gonna sit down a little bit more because you got the height of the bucket, and the root should have a pretty good root system, so it should be able to catch everything in the 5-gallon bucket and put it down. So I'm gonna show you. Sometimes these buckets or any potting is a little hard, especially if you got roots coming out of it. So you just kind of beat on the side all the way around. What that do is kind of loosen the soil up inside of it and stop it from adhering. These buckets ain't long term because this one just cracked when we doing that. So it's pretty decent. Costs a few dollars, about $5 or so. And then we're just gonna pull it out. See what we got. And shazam. Just like that. We got the whole grapevine out. And I'm gonna plant it so that it's leaning back towards the fence. Because that's where I'm gonna eventually put my trellis at. So y'all this. So there we go. You see that's on about maybe an inch or so, inch and a half out of the ground. I'm gonna backfill all the sides. Pop my landscaping timber fabric back, and we should be good to go. So that's how we gonna plant that grapevine. I'll do a follow-up video later on to see how it go. See if we still alive and producing, or we kind of failed and we got to start over. But you know, sometimes it happens. Stuff die, stuff grows. That's how you learn. So I'm gonna step back and let you see how I'm gonna do my actual trellis. So I got a grapevine right there, and the grapevine leave right there. I'm gonna use a cow panel. It's gonna cover 16 feet. So about 4 feet past this one, all the way to about 4 feet past this one. And I'm gonna start off with just two T-posts right behind the grapevine, because that's gonna be where most of the weight is at, and see if that's enough to hold it. But if not, I can always go back and add some more T-posts and go from there. Put them on the end, so I have 2 in the middle, 2 on the end, holding up the grapevine, and that'll be pretty much it. So that concludes this video. Got the grapes in the ground, springtime. Hopefully we can get everything pruned up and trained up our trellis and go from there. Y'all have a good day. Shalom.